it's not written down, it doesn't exist. Or if it wasn't written down, it didn't happen, right? Because documentation is your only form of proof or evidence. Documentation starts with discovery. You find all too often organizations, they want to jump right into the doing. I'll do a review of their most recent risk assessment and find that they're missing 50% of their policies and procedures. And reel it back and say, listen, these compliance requirements, these policies and procedures are here for a reason, and they've got to be your starting point.
Do you have incident response plans? Do you have disaster recovery plans? And then have you tested them? We help connect people to virtual services. Penetration testing companies, right? So giving you a dashboard where you can actually see, what your score is right now. What is your current compliance score? And if you added this particular technology, how would it affect your score?
Help you to identify those requirements that are right for your business. We help you to map against those requirements. We help you to go through that audit process. And we don't do it as, that painful audit process that people think about. We're there to be a partner of your business. We're there to be a partner of your practice, your organization, to help you find value in what you need to do as a security program to prevent that worst case from being you next time around.
If it wasn't written down, it didn't exist.
So now that you've done your research and documented all the things, now you have to track and report your data while ensuring you're following your industry's compliance requirements.
Being able to report on how you're compliant, how your data is stored, what security measurements are in place, at least you keep that regulation that the government, that silent hand that they have, you're able to show and demonstrate to them that you're meeting those check boxes, insurance, and then forensics, right? God forbid something goes wrong and you need to demonstrate, you need to have a background of what actions have been taking places and forensics of your data logs and storage. From there, the last thing that having that management tool capability then can pivot you to from a place of checkbox security and pivot you into a proactive where you're correlating, you're actually taking a strategy towards protecting yourself and your data.
On the reporting side, man, it's so many times it's kind of an afterthought. When you're implementing a solution, a product, a goal, or adhering to a compliance framework, think about what you want the output to be. Like, what do you want the report to look like? And you work backwards from that to build the business process and implement the business process.
We're able to grab all of those different types of technology and inputs that are required for compliance, right? So like, are those drives and disk it? Is USB blocked? Do we have lock screens set up? Do we have multi-factor authentication on all resources? We're able to have our fingers across all of those different areas. So we're able to put it into one dashboard. Here's the running log of everything that's happened across my organization. And we don't have to, spend mind-numbing amounts, right? Kind of going from system to system to system and try to piece together what should be a good security posture picture.
Our whole goal is to simplify the threat hunting, as it was just alluded to before, with all that data. So we run it all, we normalize all that data into one language. It's going to come before it gets to those connectors in many different formats. We use Interflow as the word we use for it. And once it's in that format, we're going to run it through a gauntlet of AI and machine learning. This is going to give you real-time, high fidelity, high efficacy, information that's going to put you in a position to take action in real time.
We're effectively, a point solution that works within the larger ecosystem of all the cybersecurity you have. We also allow our customers to set up like real-time alerts, like in Slack or whatever, for possible compliance violations or possible company policy violations. And this allows you to have somebody do an evaluation as it occurs, like, hey, this thing was shared. Is everybody okay with it? And we try and encourage people to think of this more as like a process, something that evolves throughout the year, instead of let's just wait and see if we get audited, and then everybody runs around with their heads cut off and tries to figure out what to do.
A lot of organizations like doing business with secure companies, right? And so even though it might feel like a drag on the organization, it actually helps open up your own pipeline.
Don't try to do it all yourself. Leverage a partner, leverage an expert, reach out to like Matt or any of these guys. and don't try to take it all on yourself, because we're gonna miss something. It's not what we wake up and think about, as business owners out there. So, outsource that to someone who does wake up every day thinking about it, and don't try to do it yourself.
To start a free trial from any of our solution partners here today, send an email to freetrial@who'sinyour.cloud. To sign up for our free cybersecurity risk assessment at who'sinyour.cloud.